Hello students, see today's problem. This is very important problem. On 1st April 2012, Mr. Ajay had 30,000 equity shares in Wipro Limited. Face value of these shares was rupees 10 each, but his purchase price was rupees 14 per share. So this is the opening balance of our investment account in the books of Mr. Ajay. On 1st July 2012, Ajay purchased 6,000 additional equity shares of the same company for a price of rupees 16 per share. On 31st July 2012, the directors of the company announced a bonus and rights issue. Bonus was declared at the rate of 1 equity share for every 6 shares held. It means for every 6 old shares, they will get 1 equity shares as bonus. Bonus shares were received on 5th August 2012. Rights issue was as per the following terms. First, rights shares to be issued to the existing holders on 17th August 2012. Rights offered were at the rate of 1 share for 3 shares held, means for every 3 old shares they will get 1 rights share at rupees 15 per share. Full amount was payable by 30th September 2012. Third, existing shareholders may, to the extent of their entitlement, either wholly or in part, transfer their rights to outsiders. Means the shareholder can purchase 100% rights shares, or they can purchase some part of these shares and transfer remaining rights shares to another person, that is they can sell their rights shares to another person. याचा अर्थ असा आहे की जर एखाद्या शेअरहोल्डरच्या वाटणीला 10,000 शेअर्स आले राईट्सचे, तर तो त्यातले अर्धे स्वतः खरेदी केले स्वतःच्या नावाने आणि दुसऱ्या त्याचा हक्क राईट्स जे आहेत तो हक्क दुसऱ्या शेअरहोल्डरला त्यांनी ते शेअर्स विकले असं होऊ शकतं, असं सांगितलेलं आहे. म्हणजे तो 5,000 शेअर्स परचेस करेल कंपनीकडून आणि त्याच्या ओळखीचा कोणी त्याचा फ्रेंड असेल तो उरलेले 5,000 शेअर्स कंपनीकडून परचेस करेल. दिस इज पॉसिबल. Ajay exercised his option and subscribed for 60% of his entitlement. Means Ajay has purchased 60% of his rights shares and remaining 40%, that is the balance of rights, he sold to Vikas for consideration of rupees 1.50 per share. Understood? Then fifth, dividend for the year ended 31st March 2012 at the rate of 14% was declared by the company and received by Ajay on 22nd October 2012. Sixth, on 1st November 2012, he sold 25,000 shares at rupees 15 per share. So they told us to prepare investment account of equity shares in Wipro Limited for the year ended 31st March 2008 in the books of Mr. Ajay. Apply accounting standard 13. The market price of an equity share was rupees 14 as on 31st March 2013. So let's solve this problem in the books of Ajay and prepare investment account. So here we will prepare investment account in the books of Mr. Ajay. Investment account in equity shares of Wipro Limited for the year ended 31st March 2013. Okay. I will prepare investment account here, and here I will prepare some working notes if necessary. So let's start now solving this problem. See the problem. On 1st April 2012, Mr. Ajay had 30,000 equity shares in Wipro Limited. Face value of these shares were rupees 10, but purchase price is rupees 14 per share. Okay, so this is the opening balance. Opening balance. 30,000 equity shares, face value 10, means nominal value NV is 10. So NV will be 3 lakhs, and his purchase price of this balance is rupees 14 per share. So purchase price will be 30,000 into 14, that is 4,20,000. Okay, so let's enter the opening balance in investment account. On 1st April 12, 2 balance brought down. 3 lakhs will be in NV, that is nominal value, that is face value, dash in dividend, and cost is 4,20,000. Okay, now see the next sentence. Ajay purchased additional equity shares, 6,000 additional equity shares of the same company for a price of rupees 16 per share. So entry of purchase शेअर्समध्ये एक्स इंटरेस्ट कम इंटरेस्ट वगैरे काही नसतं. अजय पर्चेस्ड 6,000 इक्विटी शेअर्स ॲट फॉर ए प्राइस ऑफ रुपीज 16 per share. So 16 rupees each he purchased. So it is 96,000 rupees. Okay. So here I will enter purchases on 1st July 2012 to bank account. Purchase, he purchased 6,000 shares and nominal value, that is face value, will be 60,000. 6,000 into 10 rupees, so 60,000, and purchase price, that is cost, is 96,000. Okay, now next sentence, it is about bonus issue. Bonus issue was declared by the company. On 31st July 2012, the directors of the company announced bonus and rights issue. Bonus was declared at the rate of 1 equity share for every 6 shares held. Okay, and bonus shares were received on 5th August 2012. So 5th August 2012, we have to make the entry on 5th August, because on that day actually the bonus shares were received by Mr. Ajay. And the rate is, here we will prepare working note, bonus shares, or you can say bonus issue. Okay, and 1 equity share for every 6 shares held. 1 for every 6 shares. This is the rate. Understood? See here now. Bonus shares ratio, you can say here, ratio is 1 for every 6 shares held, means for every old 6 shares he will get 1 share as bonus. Okay, so Ajay's old shares were these balance shares 30,000 प्लस न्यू पर्चेस्ड शेअर्स 6,000. या फेस व्हॅल्यूज आहेत. 10 रुपयाचा एक शेअर आहे, म्हणजे परचेस 6,000 होईल आणि बॅलन्स 30,000, तसं मेन्शन केलेलं आहे प्रॉब्लेममध्ये. सो त्याचे ओल्ड शेअर्स 36,000 आहेत. ओके, सो बघा, ओल्ड शेअर्स बोनस शेअर्स असं आपण मांडणी करू शकतो. इफ ओल्ड 6 shares आर देअर, they will get 1 bonus shares. Then for 36,000, how many shares he will get as bonus? So it is 36,000 divided by 6. So 6,000 bonus shares he will get. Understood? 6 जुन्या शेअर्सना 1 बोनस शेअर, तर 36,000 जुन्या शेअर्सना किती, म्हणजेच 36,000 डिवायडेड बाय 6. सो दॅट इज 6,000 बोनस शेअर्स he will receive. Okay, so let's enter this entry of bonus shares on 5th 8 12. You can say 2 bonus shares, or you can also say 2 bonus issue, as you think fit. Okay, 2 bonus shares, you can say 2 bonus shares. He got 6,000 bonus shares, so its worth is 60,000. 6,000 into rupees 10 dividend dash, and no cost for these bonus shares for him. These shares are free of cost, given by the company as bonus. Understood? Now the rights issue. The company also declared rights issue, and rights issue details are given below. See the terms and conditions. Rights shares to be issued to the existing holders, obviously existing shareholdersनाच rights shares देतात. त्यानंतर rights offered were at the rate of 1 share for every 3 shares held at rupees 15 per share, and full amount was payable by 30 September 2012. So we have to enter this entry on 30th September, 30th 9/12, okay, to bank account. Rights shares or rights issue, you can say rights shares. आता आपल्याला पुढची वर्किंग नोट करायची आहे. आपल्याला किती राईट्स शेअर्स त्याला मिळाले ते बघायचं आहे. राईट्स शेअर्स रेशो काय आहे बघा. दे टोल्ड अस दॅट 1 share for every 3 shares held. 1 share for every 3 shares means for every 3 old shares he will get 1 rights share. Okay, so here old and rights, every old 3 shares he will get rights 1 share. Okay, and now he has how many shares? Let's see. 30,000, 6,000 and these 6,000. Okay, so he has 42,000 shares. Okay, इथे लिहूया पाहिजे तर old shares is equal to 30,000 plus 6,000 plus 6,000, that is 42,000. So 42,000, for 42,000 how many rights shares he will get? So 42,000 divided by 3 into 1, so it is 14,000 rights shares he will get. Okay, पण त्यांनी सगळे राईट्स शेअर्स परचेस केलेले नाही आहेत, कारण त्यांना राईट आहे की ते काही शेअर्स परचेस करून काही शेअर्स दुसऱ्या माणसाला परचेस करायला देऊ शकतात. सो अजय 4th ॲडजस्टमेंट बघा. अजय एक्झरसाइज हिज ऑप्शन्स अँड सबस्क्राईब फॉर 60% ऑफ हिज एंटरटेनमेंट, and balance of rights he sold to Vikas for consideration of rupees 1.50 per share. Okay, so 60% rights shares purchased and 40% rights sold. Okay, so 14,000 shares into 60%, 14,000 shares into 60%, that is 60% of 14,000 is 8,400 shares purchased by him at rupees 15 per share as per information given in the problem. Understood? And now 14,000 into remaining 40%. असं काढण्यापेक्षा 14,000मधून 8,400 वजा करूनही तुम्ही काढू शकता. सो इट इज 5,600 शेअर्स वेर सोल्ड बाय हिम, सोल्ड टू विकास ॲट रुपीज 1.50 each, 1.50 each per share, 1.50. Okay, so 5,600 into 1.50, it will be rupees 8,400. From this sale he got rupees 8,400. Okay, and he purchased 8,400 shares at rupees 15 per share. हे शेअर्स आहेत 14,000 शेअर्समधले 8,400 शेअर्स त्यांनी परचेस केलेत आणि 5,000 शेअर्स सोल्ड केलेत 1.50 इचला. त्याचे 8,400 रुपये त्याला मिळालेत असं सांगितलं आहे. ओके, सो नाव आपण हे सगळं कॅल्क्युलेशन केलेलं आहे. आता आपल्याला ॲक्च्युअल एंट्रीज करायच्या आहेत बघा. त्यांनी 8,400 शेअर्स परचेस केलेत. त्यांची नॉमिनल व्हॅल्यू 8,400 इंटू 10 रुपीज मीन्स 84,000. सो नॉमिनल व्हॅल्यू 84,000. ओके, dash in dividend column, and he has purchased at 8,400 shares at rupees 15 per share. So it is 8,400 into 15 is 1,26,000. So 1,26,000 will be in this column, that is cost column. Understood? Now on 30 September he got that amount, and he sold to Vikas 1.50 each at rupees 8,400. Understood? आता ही त्यांनी जी शेअर्स विकासला विकले आणि 1.50 इचनी पैसे मिळवले, ही एंट्री या इन्व्हेस्टमेंट अकाउंटमध्ये येणार नाही आहे. याचं कारण ते शेअर्स इथे आले नाही आहेत आणि इथून गेलेले नाही आहेत, त्यांनी ते घेतलेच नाही आहेत. तो राईट त्यांनी ही सोल्ड दॅट राईट्स टू विकास at a compensation of 1.50 per share. Okay, so he will get rupees 8,400, but this amount will be credited to profit and loss account as per accounting standard 13. So we can write here that this rupees 8,400 will be credited. You have to write this in your working note compulsory. Okay, म्हणजे the examiner can understand that you have calculated it accurately and it is not copied. So rupees 8,400 will be credited to profit and loss account directly as per AS 13. Understood? So after calculating all these details of right shares, you have to write this sentence in that working note. Understood? So the calculations of rights shares were completed. Now next, see in the problem, fifth adjustment. Dividend for the year ended 31st March 2012 at the rate of 14% was declared by the company. For the year ended 31st March 2012 म्हणजे 31 मार्च 12ला संपणाऱ्या वर्षासाठीचा डिव्हिडंड नेक्स्ट इयरमध्ये डिक्लेअर होतो. ओके, आपला इन्व्हेस्टमेंट अकाउंट 1 एप्रिल 2012ला सुरू झाला आहे आणि 31 मार्च 2012ला संपणाऱ्या वर्षासाठीचा डिव्हिडंड डिक्लेअर केला कंपनीने अँड रिसिव्ड बाय अजय ऑन 22 ऑक्टोबर 2012. 22/10ला तो मिळालेला आहे, या वर्षात मिळालेला आहे. त्यामुळे इथे आपण 22/10/12 22/10/2012ला डिव्हिडंडची एंट्री आता आपल्याला या ठिकाणी करायचे. हेडिंग विल बी बाय बँक अकाउंट डिव्हिडंड. आता डिव्हिडंड कॅल्क्युलेशन कसं करायचं आहे ते बघा. इट इज अ लिटल बिट कॉम्प्लिकेटेड. See here, dividend was declared on 22nd October 2012. It was declared on 22nd October and received by Ajay on 22nd October. For the year ended, dividend for the year ended 31st March 2012. बरोबर आहे, म्हणजे लास्ट इयरच्या शेवटच्यापर्यंतचा डिव्हिडंड 22 ऑक्टोबरला डिक्लेअर झाला. 31 मार्चला वर्ष संपल्यानंतर नेक्स्ट इयरमध्ये सगळे हिशोब पूर्ण होऊन ऑडिट होऊन ॲन्युअल जनरल मीटिंग होऊन डिव्हिडंड डिक्लेअर व्हायला एवढा वेळ लागतो आणि मिळायला ॲक्च्युली शेअर होल्डर्सपर्यंत यायला. ओके, सो दिस इज द केस. आता अजयकडे किती शेअर्स आहेत ते बघूया. 30,000 प्लस 6,000 plus 6,000 and plus these 8,400. So Ajay has 50,400 shares totally. These are 42,000 plus these 8,400. So Ajay's shares on this date 50,400. So the face value, that is NV, will be 50,400 into rupees 10, that is 5,04,000, but he will not get the dividend on that amount because, okay, see here, on these bonus shares 6,000 and on these rights shares 8,400, these shares are newly issued by the company in this year, so they were not in existence as on 31st March 2012. तुम्हाला कळतं आहे, 31 मार्च 12ला संपणाऱ्या वर्षासाठीचा डिव्हिडंड मिळतो आहे, म्हणजे मागच्या वर्षीचा डिव्हिडंड मिळतो आहे. सो मागच्या वर्षीच्या शेवटच्या दिवशी म्हणजे या वर्षीच्या पहिल्या दिवशी जे शेअर्स असतील त्याच्यावर तो डिव्हिडंड नक्की मिळणार आहे. हे जे 2 शेअर्स आहेत, बोनस इश्यू आणि राईट्स इश्यू, हे या वर्षामध्ये इश्यू केलेले शेअर्स आहेत कंपनीनी. सो दे आर न्यू शेअर्स, दे वेर नॉट इन एक्झिस्टन्स ऑन दॅट डेट. ओके, सो वी विल नॉट गेट dividend on these shares. Okay, so here new issued shares आहेत 6,000, 8,400, 6,000 bonus, 8,400 rights, so total 14,400 शेअर्सवर त्याला मिळणार नाही. नो बोनस ॲज दे वेर नॉट इन एक्झिस्टन्स ऑन 31st मार्च 2012. कळतं आहे तुम्हाला, 14,400 शेअर्सवर त्याला बोनस मिळणार नाही आहे. ओके, सो रिमेनिंग शेअर्स 14,400 ह्याच्यातून मायनस केलं की रिमेनिंग शेअर्स उरतात 36,000. आउट ऑफ दॅट 6,000 शेअर्स जे आहेत, रिमेनिंग 36,000 शेअर्स उरले 36,000 शेअर्स. आता या 36,000 शेअर्सपैकी 6,000 शेअर्स वर परचेस्ड बाय अजय ऑन 1st July 2012. Okay, so 6,000 shares purchased on 1st July 2012 and remaining shares, out of that 30,000 shares were old. बघा इथे ओपनिंग बॅलन्स 30,000 शेअर्सचा आहे. या 30,000 शेअर्सच्या एनव्हीवर म्हणजे 3 lakhsवर त्याला डिव्हिडंड मिळणार आहे. ओके, आणि हा जो डिव्हिडंड आहे 60,000 शेअर्सवरचा म्हणजे 60,000 रुपीजवरचा जो 14% डिव्हिडंड आहे, दॅट विल बी प्री ॲक्विजिशन डिव्हिडंड. सो इट विल बी डिडक्टेड फ्रॉम कॉस्ट. ओके, सो rupees 60,000, 6,000 shares into rupees 10, that is nominal value, into 14%, so it is 8,400 rupees again. This dividend is pre-acquisition dividend. Which will be deducted from cost. असं का केलं आहे बघा, तर हे शेअर्स त्यांनी 1st जुलैला परचेस केलेले आहेत, बरोबर आहे. त्याला डिव्हिडंड तर मिळणार आहे कारण हे ओल्ड शेअर्स आहेत, याच्याकडे नव्हते, कुणाकडे तरी होते, त्याच्याकडून यांनी हे परचेस केलेत, बरोबर आहे. त्यामुळे याच्यावरचा जो डिव्हिडंड आहे तो आधीच्या मालकाला मिळालेला मिळणार असणार होता, पण तो ह्याला मिळाला आहे, बरोबर आहे. सो तो कॉस्ट तेवढी त्याची कमी झाली या शेअर्सची असं कन्सिडर करण्यात येईल. तुम्हाला कळतं आहे काय सांगते मी, त्याला 96,000ला हे शेअर्स पडले होते, पण आता त्याला त्याच्यावरचा डिव्हिडंड पण मिळाला. इवन दो त्यावेळेला म्हणजे 31st मार्च 2012पर्यंत त्याच्याकडे ते शेअर्स नव्हते, तरी त्याला तो डिव्हिडंड मिळणार आहे. सो इट इज कन्सिडर्ड ॲज प्री ॲक्विजिशन डिव्हिडंड. ओके, दॅट इज रुपीज 8,400 and so it will be deducted from cost. So we will write that dividend 8,400. So keep it in mind that pre-acquisition dividend will be always deducted from cost, because obviously his cost will be reduced from that amount, as he is getting additional amount from those shares. Okay, and now dividend on these shares, 30,000 into 10 means 3 lakhs. So 14% of rupees 3 lakhs will be rupees 42,000. Understood? So rupees 42,000 will be the regular dividend. तो आपल्याला ह्या कॉलममध्ये लिहायचा आहे 42,000 आणि डॅश इन नॉमिनल व्हॅल्यू कॉलम. अंडरस्टूड? ओके. नाव हे सगळं कळलं आहे ना, कसं काढलं आहे तुम्हाला ते. इथे मी सगळं कॅल्क्युलेशन करून दाखवलेलं आहे. अजयकडे 50,000 शेअर्स होते. 50,400 शेअर्स वेर देअर ऑन 22nd October 2012. He has 50,400 shares. From that, 14,400 shares were newly issued, means on 31st March 2012 these shares were not in existence at that time. So on that shares, obviously no calculation of dividend. Remaining shares are 36,000 shares. Out of that, 6,000 shares were newly purchased by him on 1st July 2012. Means on 31st March 2012 these shares were not with Ajay. Okay, so its dividend will be pre-acquisition dividend and which will be deducted from the cost, so written in cost column. And on 30,000 shares, that is opening balance, on this opening balance he will get dividend. तो त्याचाच मालकीचा आहे, तो आपण डिव्हिडंड कॉलममध्ये लिहिणार आहोत. अंडरस्टूड? सो इट इज इंटरेस्टिंग. नीट अभ्यास करा. You can ask your doubt about this working note afterwards. Now 6. They told us that on 1st November 2012 he sold 25,000 shares at rupees 15 per share. Okay, so sale is equal to 25,000 shares. Date is 1st November. 1st November 2012. Sale 25,000 shares into 15 per share is equal to 3,75,000 rupees. Okay, entry of sale will be here on 1st November 2012 by bank account. Sale sold 25,000 shares means NV, that is face value will be 2,50,000 dash in dividend column, and here it will be 3,75,000, that is amount of sale 3,75,000. Okay. Now we have to calculate profit or loss in sale. Profit oblique loss in sale we have to calculate. Okay, so let's start. Selling price 3,75,000. Now we have to calculate weighted average cost. Weighted average cost is equal to securities sold divided by total securities into total cost. So it is 25,000 securities sold out of 50,400 सिक्युरिटीज. आत्ताच आपण इथे कॅल्क्युलेट केले, त्याच्याकडे 50,400 सिक्युरिटीज आहेत 22 ऑक्टोबरला. 1 नोव्हेंबरला त्याच्यापैकी त्यांनी 25,000 सोल्ड केल्यात. अँड टोटल कॉस्ट 4,20,000 प्लस 96,000 प्लस 1,26,000 minus 8,400. So the total cost is 6,33,600. Okay, 6,33,600. You can check here 3 lakhs 96,000 plus 1,26,000, 8,400 memory minus, so memory record. See here 6,33,600. Okay, so the answer of this is 3,14,286. 3,14,286. Okay, we can calculate again. थ्री लॅक्स 14,428 दिसतंय तुम्हाला 8.57 मीन्स पॉईंट 3,14,285.7. So I took 3,14,286. Okay, 3,14,286. Okay, now selling price is 3,75,000 and their weighted average cost is 3,14,286. Therefore profit is equal to 3,75,000 minus 3,14,286. So the profit is 60,714. Understood? This is similar. So now the entry of profit. To profit and loss account. Profit in sale. दिसतंय तुम्हाला ना, profit in sale. So it is 60,714. 60,714. Okay, now here in this problem again we have to make stock valuation, because they told us that prepare investment account applying AS13 and market price of equity shares was rupees 14 per share as on 31st March 2013. So market price is given here, so we have to calculate, means we have to prepare stock valuation, because as per AS13 market price or cost price whichever is less we have to take as balance here. Okay, so on 31st March 13 by balance carried down. Let's prepare the working note and tally. First I will tally the column of NV, that is face value. 3 lakhs plus 60,000 and 4,20,000 plus 84,000, so it is 5,04,000. It is obvious because he has 50,400 shares at rupees 10 each. 5,04,000 minus 2,50,000, so balance will be 2,54,000 here. Okay, here we will tally dividend column afterwards and cost column. Now here I can prepare the working note here, stock valuation, working note of stock valuation. Okay, so let's calculate here. So selling price, that is market price, valuation of closing stock of securities, market price, cost price, market price of remaining 25,400 shares as per given in the problem. Its market price is 14 rupees per share. So 25,400 shares into 14 rupees, so that will be 3,55,600. Okay, now cost price, that is addition of all these amounts, it is 7,02,714 minus total of these amounts, and the balance is 3,19,314. 3,19,314 as per AS13 market price or cost price, whichever is less. So in this problem our work is easy. This cost price, that is actual balance, is the less amount, so we will write this less amount here, 3,19,314. okay, so there will not be any difference in which, that is loss here in stock valuation. okay, so 3,19,314 will be the balance here. Now we have to balance the dividend column. Credit total is 42,000, debit total is 0, so balance will be 42,000, which will be transferred to profit and loss account on 31st March 2013 to profit and loss account. This is the balancing figure. It will be transferred directly to the profit and loss account. okay, so in this way we have prepared all these working notes for better understanding, and we have prepared the investment account for equity shares of Wipro Limited in the books of Mr. Ajay. You have to solve every working note and prepare investment account in your notebook, and if there is any doubt you can ask. okay, that's all for today.